Paul.
Thanks for having me on.
Thanks for having me here. I appreciate it. So,
very interesting NAMM show.
Yeah. Have you gone down and roamed the floor at all?
Yeah, I have. And what we have is a meeting room, not a open booth. It's a big meeting room, and it's given us a quiet sanctuary to actually talk about business. I mean, this show is supposed to be so people can get orders, but when you go to the zoo, the zoo is about, and I've been in the zoo a lot. I mean, that is unbelievable downstairs. Is to get people excited about your products so you can get an order.
Right.
You know, it's a let me show you my wares kind of show. A real trade show.
Right.
Yeah.
It seemed like the dynamic of NAMM has changed.
Of course it has. COVID changed everything.
It did, and it's because as a manufacturer of pedals myself, it's an interesting climate when it feels like the majority of the show is guests and more like a guitar show, like people just coming to try things and
home recording, in-ear monitors, all that stuff, big deal.
Yeah.
I mean, that's plugins.
Oh yeah. Yeah. You talked a little bit about the John Mayer plugin.
It was ridiculous.
Yesterday. Yeah. Have you spent much time with it?
I listened to it, but I haven't done a recording session with it yet. Mm-hmm. Is it ridiculous? Yes. Am I impressed by it? Yes. Was John proud of it? Oh my God.
Oh yeah.
He goes, I've been going to sessions without an amp.
I mean, it speaks a lot to
John can
the craft.
Play.
Well, right. Absolutely. So we talk a lot about guitars, but one of the things that one of the ways we met was I had the HDRX 50, and Kenny Greenberg came by my shop and played it, and that's how we met. But I feel like the PRS amp game has been incredible over the past couple years.
Yeah, you know, Kenny was using 2 HDRX 20s at the Sphere.
Oh,
you know why? Because the front of house guy said it was the best amps he had.
Well, I think that's been...
that makes me smile.
Well, yeah. And it's an incredible sounding.
He's a really good guitar player.
He is very good. Yeah. But I feel like there's not enough love that has been cast on the amps. And they're...
It's coming.
Yeah.
It's coming. We're playing in the Hilton tonight at 10 o'clock. We'll be using all PRS amps. And I don't have my amp with me, and I'm going to play Through the Sun's Era, and I'll have my tone. It'll be done. I will have what I need.
Well, so we talk a lot about the evolution of the guitar line and how far it's come.
The amps are coming along.
Yeah, but you've been making amps for a long time, and I don't think as many people probably realize that. So what drives like the innovation and the continuation of growing the amp brand for you guys at PRS?
Struggling with what's available, wanting it to sound deeply musical. I mean, look, Eric Johnson and I bought 10 Marshalls. We're looking for a magic transformer. Almost just for fun.
Right.
That wasn't even a business deal. It was just he and I doing it. I really like Eric. We've become friends. And we finally found a magic transformer. It was in a 50-watt PA top. It sounded perfect. I said, Eric, I'm going to take it apart. He goes, no. I said, Eric, I'm going to take it apart. He said, I said, I don't want one. I want 1,000.
Right.
I need to know what the laminations are, how it's wound, what's the wire. I need all that stuff. No, don't do it. Click. Next day he calls me. He goes, what'd you find? And what we found was unbelievable.
Right.
The laminations were not what you think they were, and the winding scheme some genius had done. Mm-hmm. It was really complicated and beautifully done.
Right.
And so we started winding 100-watt transformers the way the 50 was done, and it worked like a charm. And,
right.
You know, the amps that we're selling through Sweetwater right now have those in them, and you know, that 20-watt transformer that we are putting in those HDRX 20s and the 50s and the 100s, they sound good.
Yeah.
The 21 sounds particularly good. The ones that we're getting from the ones that we cloned and we documented sound particularly good. So I'm happy. I was like...
Well, we recently got the new Dave Grissom combo.
Yeah.
And it is shockingly loud.
Yeah.
For 15 watts.
Why not? Well,
Well, fit, quote unquote. Right.
Look, it's 15 watts clean.
Right.
But when you start hitting the rails, the wattage goes up.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got to be honest about what is going to do dead clean, right?
So my journey started in the guitar space, working at a vintage guitar store.
Where?
Carter Vintage Guitars.
You were working at Carter.
I used to, yeah, many years ago now. And that's where I really got my feet wet, trying all the vintage gear and getting an education. And years later, I remember seeing a gold top for sale with a letter from you about, to paraphrase, we've made a guitar that sounds better than this, and that's why I'm selling it. And I think the pickups you guys are making now have captured all that essence.
The McCarty 3s sound like really, really good PAFs. The problem is, there's not one PAF. They were changing winds on the archtop pickups. They were changing winds as the years went on. They were changing all kinds of things. And which one do you like? There were 4 or 5 different cover molds because they couldn't get enough covers, so they were buying them from piles of places, and the thicknesses were all different.
And there are different winders for the slug coils and the screw coil.
No, they were not.
Oh.
They might have been different winders, same number of turns. We unwound it. I did the sacrilegious thing and unwound a $4,000 pickup, never to hear it the way it was again. And some of you can't do that. I said, of course I can. It's more important for this company to know what's going on than guess. And measuring the resistance doesn't tell you anything about the number of turns. If the wire is a little smaller in diameter, the resistance is higher. The wire is a little bit bigger in diameter, resistance lower, regardless of turns.
Right.
So I wanted to know. My daughter sat there and did it over a 2-day period. She goes, "This is really hard, Dad. It breaks every so often, and I got to get it." But she had a turn counter on it. She was pulling it off. I know how many turns are on it.
Yeah. So
it's not what's on the internet, I can tell you that.
Can you tell me when the camera goes off?
No.
Okay.
Of course I can, but I got to say no to the camera.
So with that evolution of kind of refining all these classic recipes, where do you take something? 'Cause from the 58 15 LTs to the McCarty 3s and what you've done with the Silver Sky, like looking back.
Silver Sky pickups just keep getting better and better and better.
Yeah, I think there's some of the best single coil in that style that I've heard. And
thank you. You know, it's the same pickup in all 3 positions.
Yeah.
We didn't wind them different. The trick is, how do you get the treble pickup to sound not like an ice pick?
Right.
That means the ice pick has to be out of the other 2. If you fixed it in the treble pickup, you fixed it in the other ones.
Well, where do you go after that sort of refinement? Because it's how do you push that envelope further, or do you just work on different?
Depends whether it needs improvement or not. If it doesn't need improvement, leave it alone. You see that aluminum anodized jack plate?
Right.
It's always worked for us.
Right.
I've never changed it. Why change it? It works.
Right.
It was plastic, they break.
Yeah.
But these, I've never seen a broken one, and we're using sheet metal screws to hold it in, which have huge teeth. And so this thing never comes out, it always works. Don't change it. I think the body shape of a PRS works. And we've changed it for other models, but we don't change it. There's a lot of things we don't change. I did change the rings to have the heads of the screws buried in the rings, so when you rubbed against it, it didn't change the height of the pickup.
Right.
So it depends on whether it needs improvement or not. Is the artist or the customer experiencing a problem? If they're experiencing a problem, you might want to change it.
Right. Well, what for you drives the need to keep, because when you were on our podcast, you said you have a mantra, 1 improvement a day.
Okay, that's different.
Okay.
That was EVI. That was, we were trying to do one improvement a day to how we manufactured the guitars.
Right, but still.
But we were working on 1 a day, But I don't do it just, well, we need another improvement, let's change something that works great. No, you leave the stuff that works great alone. We actually changed the shape of the strap button because it was holding on just as well, and it wasn't so hard to put a brand new strap on. We did change that.
Well, that sort
because people were like, it's a little hard to get a brand new strap on. But It was a Fender-based string tree. And they make great strap buttons, but we changed it to make it slightly smaller and slightly farther away from the guitar, and it worked. So I don't want to change things for change's sake.
Well, of course.
I want to change things because it's required.
So what drives that sort of the requirement for you? Just just continually learning and diving in every day? Because I think it's probably rare for someone who's owned a company 40 years and been making guitars longer than that to still be passionate and excited every day. So what keeps you looking down at it?
Same thing that Eric Johnson did. I caught him once. He had just played at the Bottom Line with Mike Stern.
Okay.
And he got off the stage and said goodbye to everyone. Went upstairs, started practicing again. I mean, he loves guitar in his bones. And he wants to always be improving.
Yeah.
To me, it's the same kind of thing. I don't want to just be stagnant, and that was then, and we leave the bird inlay design alone because it pretty much works. Although John Mayer said make them smaller.
Okay.
I mean, if you look, they're smaller on John's guitar than they are on the other
Right,
guitar,
yes.
right? So that was, for John, an improvement. He didn't want it to be so blatant. He wanted it to be more subtle. I said, okay, fine, it's fine. It's not for change's sake, and it's not for anything other than trying to do my job.
Right.
Look, let's just take an NFL team for a minute.
Okay.
If you're not changing constantly, you are going to lose the game because the game is constantly being upped. You know that. Soccer has changed completely. It used to be you did this and this. Now the whole game is never let control of the ball and wait for the opportunity. They've changed the game of soccer forever.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's worse, sometimes it's better, but in athletics, people are breaking. There's people doing quad axles now, ice skating. And that's dangerous, and they're doing it like it's a joke.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, as
they outlawed a move on the parallel bars where the woman would stand up on the top of the bars and jump up and flip over and grab it down because they said it was so dangerous. It was Olga Corbett that did it, I think, right? They just outlawed it. You're not doing that again. But she was pushing the boundaries,
Right.
Well, for those athletes, by the time they're 30, they can't do that. Pushing the envelope anymore because their bodies aren't up for it.
Right.
But guitar maker can keep pushing until he's dead.
Yeah.
As long as I don't get dementia, I think I can still do it. The truth is, most guitar makers don't get good till they're my age, and then they start repeating it. The Stradivarius that were made at the end of his career were spectacular.
Yeah. Well, as we kind of wrap up,
Have I answered your question?
I think so.
I mean, you're basically saying, why you keep pushing, Paul? Why? What's the use? And I'm saying,
You're still excited about it.
Well, yeah, and I'm doing my job.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to change things for change's sake. I'm trying to change things because that is important.
Yeah. Well, I've seen the Ted McCarty documentary.
Did you watch it?
Yeah, it's fantastic.
By the way, thank you. I know that you're going to do something
Yes.
to promote it outside of us. And I brought you up in the press conference the other day because I was so appreciative that some of these influencers are pushing it. I never expected. I've never seen that before. I've never seen an influencer press something on somebody's website like that, ever.
Yeah. Well, I think it's an important story to tell because when I'm a bit lucky in growing up in the internet age and being able to read some of the things,
Yeah.
but there's so much in it that I had never heard, and I think it's important to tell it. And I think you guys did a great job to honor the entirety of the story, and I think it was fantastic.
I got a message from Lynn McCarty, one of the people in the family. She said, "There's stories in there I didn't know about my granddad."
Yeah.
She said, "I loved it."
Yeah. Well, it's now a piece of their history
And
too
I
that they can have forever.
Sue Davis did a great. His daughter, she was great.
Yeah.
Grounded, straight up. Very much his daughter.
Yeah.
Very much matter of fact. That's the way it is. I don't think O should let you do that anymore. I can imitate him pretty well.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate you
you're
taking the
welcome.
time for me.
You're welcome, Tag.
And
Well
we'll-
done. I appreciate it.
Okay.
By the way, all your viewers, enjoy it. I like doing it. You're fun. You can come back anytime.
Okay, perfect.
Why don't you come to the factory?
I'm going to.
Okay, good.
Absolutely.
Done.
All right.
He just made a commitment. You saw that. See you. Bye.